Welcome to another episode of the Uncensored Truth Podcast. This is your brother Old Guy from Hip Hop News Uncensored. And sitting across from me is my co-host.
What it do? What's good? It's your brother SamAnt, viral Hip Hop News. It's a Thursday evening. We are in the building. Another episode of the Uncensored Truth Podcast. Oh God, what's good, my brother?
What's popping today, man? Everybody listening on YouTube. Peace to y'all. Also, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play. We blazing through your speakers today on this Thursday episode of the Uncensored Truth Podcast. My brother SamAnt's in the building, man. We got a dynamic lineup today. R. Kelly's daughter released a statement about her father. Also, if y'all didn't know, they're planning on releasing a documentary on Michael Jackson, claiming that he had a relationship with minors as well. So we're going to talk about the NFL playoffs as well as some other things today. We're getting it in today, Sam, man. Let's do it.
It's been great for the brand. What a great way to start 2019 off and blazing for the Uncensored Truth Podcast, man. We're only a week in. It feels like we're 3 months in, man. It's just tunnel vision all the way through. Shout out to everyone that's supporting us on Viral Hip Hop News Uncensored, and of course, the Uncensored Truth Podcast official channel on YouTube. If you're not subscribed to all three of those, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to all three of those. You're going to get content, different content on all three of those. That's a special thing. Content Kings is what we call ourselves. Really excited about this show, oh God. So yeah, man. What we got on the platter first, brother?
Yeah, man. Well, first, the playoffs is coming up this week. Definitely can't wait, to see those games. But it's a lot of news going on, man. We've been talking about the R. Kelly situation all week.
Yeah, man. Nausea.
Last night, he was spotted in the club in Chicago. Y'all see the video, right there on the screen, singing, his lungs out, looking unbothered. Supposedly an incident that went down with a fake warrant that went down, but he's good. He's out. It's been a lot of false people putting false stories out there, but not bothered. Sitting in the club. But his daughter, man, story's just coming out that his daughter, did release a statement about her father, and this one right here is pretty disturbing. So R. Kelly's daughter, Buka Abby, released a statement after the Lifetime documentary dropped. And she's pretty much said, going through all I have gone through in my life, I will never want anyone to feel the pain I felt. The same monster you are all confronting me about is my father. I am well aware of who he is and what he is. I grew up in that house. She also expressed empathy and sympathy for the alleged victims of her father. SamAnt, what do you think now about R. Kelly's daughter coming in front of the people and calling her father a monster? What are your initial thoughts? This is just, dropping momentarily.
This entire thing is a circus. And in the circus, we get sight and lose sight of the real issue at hand, and that's molestation and pedophilia. Now, whether or not you agree or disagree with the allegations against R. Kelly, whether you agree or disagree with the false marriage license between Aaliyah, the sex tape, the numerous sex cult allegations, no matter what side you on, a lot of the main focus that should be put on the molestation victims and the victims from pedophilia, the real victims. And we're talking about the smear campaign going on with R. Kelly. You got false warrants at birthday parties. He's singing and dancing, numerous women around, unbothered, unfazed about the situation. You got everyone talking about it. Mute R. Kelly. R. Kelly's being railroaded. It seems like a big distraction to me. I think day 4 or 5 of this circus that we're in right now. We're in the media. We pride ourselves in giving the best media, the most objective media out here on YouTube and wherever else you're watching or listening. But this is really getting tired. We're tired of watching this and listening to this. This is a broken family. We've seen this from day one. We've seen when his brother came out years ago about his brother R. Kelly. We've seen it in the documentary, if you didn't watch it, the docuseries, or the various interviews his brother has done, when he says him and R. Kelly were molested at 16 by their sister. You heard the various things on his broken childhood, being molested now with seemingly numerous times, and then the allegations brought on to him. Broken family, real disloyal, not a lot of loyalty going on. Real sad. Now you can only imagine for the girl and sympathize for the young lady, his daughter, because she was a child going through this, probably hearing things in school, social media, probably hearing the most wild shit you can imagine. You remember, we hear wild things, giving our perspective. You can only imagine what that child is hearing as the daughter of R. Kelly. So real sad situation. A circus is what it is, man.
Any chance that she's being manipulated? Because this was her father And now she's coming out in the media and calling him a monster, almost like it was on planned time to keep this narrative, kind of going. We see that person for prosecution in a number of states for R. Kelly doesn't look like that's going anywhere. What do you say about like the timing of everything that's coming out right now? It's kind of crazy.
Well, what do you how many situations in Hollywood where have we seen children of Hollywood celebrities, music celebrities come out and say or confirm negative information about their parent because of an estranged relationship with their parent? They don't seem like they're very in good terms. She could be going and fueling, harboring feelings toward her dad that may be stemming from something that we have no idea about, and being asked a question and knowing in today's age that's going to turn into a headline. Oh yeah, dad, I'm gonna grab some attention on your ass today and say some wild shit. Or she could be 100% telling the truth. It's a circus, man.
I mean, we know that she also revealed that they pretty much, had like you said, a bad relationship. They haven't really spoken like that in years, or at least had a relationship, in years. But I mean, the R. Kelly, this thing goes back, because remember a few months ago we reported that his legal team, I think, walked away. A few members of his legal team. A lot of people are starting to say that R. Kelly's untouchable at this point. I'm seeing, the comment section. He's in Chicago, right in the middle, the hood, where it's going down at, unscathed, unbothered. If R. Kelly was doing all this stuff to all these young girls, like, where's the people at to put hands on this dude or something like that?
Well, let's keep it real. Unless they could prove that he's a pedophile or a molester right now, what do they have on him? A sex cult. You got to prove that. And who is going to sit there and prove that him defecating in buckets or peeing in cups is not nasty sexual acts and just taboo relationships or taboo behavior that you may not agree with, but is condoned in other places? Who's to say? That's a real gray area right there. So when you talk about women of age, no matter what you think or not about the situation or when they were grabbed up or whatever have you, we don't know. And unless there was a parent or somebody coming forward during the actual act at hand, when that baby was 15, 16 years old and got grabbed up, why you weren't saying anything then, why you're saying something at 19 is mind-blowing to me. But whatever. If you didn't say anything then, how are you going to prove it? Because that's where the pedophilia and molestation comes into play. If they're 18, 19, legally in the United States of America, that's of age for any man of the age of 18 and older. So if he's 50, 60 years old, don't matter. 18 is legal. So what is he going to get charged for? Making a woman shit in a cup? Like, nasty, but illegal?
Is, like, the bottom line with this whole thing, and what people are not going to say, but we're going to say it on Uncensored Truth, podcast, is that R. Kelly put this out in everybody's face that he was into young women. We know he married Aaliyah.
Pied Piper.
He was the Pied Piper. He said he even a lot of people didn't talk about this, but he made a lot of different references in the song. Did he write ain't nothing but a number?
Hell yeah, he wrote that.
I mean, there's so many different things where he showed exactly who he was. We had people we brought on the show from Chicago. They came out and they said that people know that he was hanging out and young spots with young women where people knew they did nothing. They still rock with him. They still like his music. They love his music. His music. He's getting more and more people are now streaming his music. He's making more money because of this, what's going on right now. So I don't even see how it's really hurting him unless these charges come through with prosecution. But other than that, I don't see how this is really hurting him, man. He's doing what he wants. And now his name is now trending each and every day. And that only can equate to dollars for that brother, period.
A lot of us brothers like to read the 48 Laws of Power and various books on just consciousness and things like this. And if people are really paying attention right now, you got a real playing polarity going on. You got one side versus the other. And both sides of the equation, good or bad, when you got attention, it ultimately leads to the good for the person that you got attention on. It's the people that's attention seeking. Donald Trump, another prime example. A lot of people hated him, despised him. You hear nothing but negative. Anything he said, he pissed them off. And they thought that they were helping the situation by doing the negative. And then come election night, you found out that all that negative did nothing but fuel the people quietly up under him that absolutely loved him. And they came out in drones to support him. Same thing goes for R. Kelly right now. You do this docuseries, all these disgusting allegations, everything that's been out there for years and years and years on end. You come out now, You fuel a society who's thirsty and just driven and obsessed with information, in particular negative information. So you just rebuttal and just regurgitate the same information that's been out there for years, and you put faces behind it now. And we have a fresh situation where R. Kelly's a monster. Meanwhile, his numbers are growing. He just celebrated a birthday in front of a sold-out packed crowd with looking like nothing but women in there. Nothing but women in there.
Phones out and everything.
Happy as can be.
Yep.
So it just circus.
Yeah, definitely, a circus. So, like, again, we'll continue to keep you, updated on new developments as they happen with this R. Kelly case. SamAnt, kind of tying into this one, I want to, everyone want to talk about it, but I just want to get your initial thoughts, on this. There's been a lot of speculation and rumor, out there now. People are now dragging Jay-Z's, name into this, and they're bringing Foxy Brown. They're bringing references from the Picasso Baby song where Jay-Z, I think, said, I never stuck my cock in Fox's box, and kind of people thinking that he's referring to Foxy Brown. People are saying, just throwing it out there, that Jay-Z allegedly may have had an underage relationship with Foxy Brown, or had intercourse with Foxy Brown when she was a teenager. This is what people are saying. You have any knowledge about that?
That's fucking dope. I'm sitting here thinking about Picasso, baby. I never stuck my cock in the Fox's box, but damn if I ain't open Pandora's box. They trying to slander your man on CNN and Fox. My Mirandas don't stand a chance with cops. Damn, that was dope. Well, if you remember when the first interaction I actually had with Jay-Z, I remember watching MTV and watching him and Foxy Brown on I forgot the song "I'll Be Good to You," and I thought they were together. For years, I thought them two were together. Now, the only way that we had information and media disseminate to us was through the source, through the vibe. We had to grab the magazines on Saturday morning when our grandparents went out and we grabbed stuff. We were hopefully fortunate enough to grab a magazine or two and listen and watch like that, or MTV, where they gave you selective information. It was nothing like today. So we had mere speculation. And if you weren't close to that situation, or you weren't an adult like we weren't at the time, all you had was, all right, yeah, they were together, until you found out otherwise. Weren't paying attention to age. Weren't mindful of that. We seen Foxy Brown. We thought she was bad. We were trying to get in the draws at 10, 11 years old. Like, yeah, 12, 13, grown men. You know what I mean? So same thing goes with Aaliyah. We weren't really mindful of her age because we were in the same age group. Same thing for Beyonce. When you start seeing different videos and seeing different things, it starts kind of, as a man, you go, oh, damn, well, he might have been a little old for. Was she 16? Was she 17? Was she 18? I mean, who knows? A lot of people said in Destiny's Child that Beyonce was a lot older than what she claimed to be. We've seen that often, especially in the 90s with groups and things like that, because 25 was the cutoff. So if you were anything like 19, 20, you weren't appealing. You had to go younger. So you've seen that a lot especially in music. So you really don't know how old a lot of these males or females were.
Right.
Interesting perspective. If you look down at the Jay-Z's paper trail, if you really want to get deep, we don't know if he was with Foxy. He did like Aaliyah. We heard Dame Dash allude to it. We all knew that. And he did get with Beyonce, two younger women at the time. So I don't know what the ages are. He's quiet as shit. We ain't never going to know from him. Right. Unless Foxy comes out and says something. Who knows, man? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at an article, where in 2013, Foxy Brown was threatening to sue over Jay-Z, rumors, because back then it kind of heated up once again. We really don't know, yet. I think Dame Dash was asked a question about that on Nick Cannon show, not about the age thing, but no, that was about Aaliyah. Scratch that,
It's only